Now it's time for new releases.
Yay! So, Apex Legends came out.
Surprise!
Mm-hmm.
So who has played it?
2.5 million players.
I've played quite a bit of it.
I've played a decent amount of it because you were level 9 and I'm level 6 now.
Mm-hmm. And you can't change this to easy difficulty and leapfrog me.
No, I can't.
I like that.
And I won't.
I like that.
I downloaded it, but I don't know if I'll even play this.
Why? It's very well done.
We should all play it together. It's a 3-player game.
So they've done a lot of nice upgrade. They've made a lot of nice upgrades to the traditional Battle Royale game, I think. And I think some of my favorite ones are the in-game communication system, which they saw as so important. They made a whole button dedicated to it, the RB button, which would usually use for something pretty important like a grenade. Very important to throw grenades.
This is for pointing.
But for pointing, but I like that. I mean, because sometimes you don't want to wear a headset, but you still want to communicate. And it really works. It
does, especially when you point at a bad guy and it's like bad guy over there.
Or pointing out the weapons the loot that you have that you don't want. You want to offer it to your teammate. It's not just something that they crowbarred in there. You can tell they spent a lot of time thinking about it, and it's very effective.
No, all overall, it's a surprisingly very good game.
They have character. It's character based Shipwreck. So like Overwatch, you have different characters that have different special abilities.
Yeah, and it's the special abilities is the difference between them all. Obviously, you get dropped in with no weapons, so the weapons you use are the weapons you find. So that's what's different than Overwatch.
It's I don't know, and it's I don't know. I like the general mood of the game, like the characters. I like the character designs. They all seem kind of fun in a way. The gameplay is obviously there as well. I like no robots, but there are. There's a robot, but no.
There is a robot.
No Titans. No Titans.
No Titans. I was able to avenge your death. You were able to save my life twice.
I think you should give it a shot, Chip. We could have it's 3. You have to play in a squad. That's the thing that surprised me. I was not expecting.
Do you think the game should have singles and duos?
They might add that eventually.
Yeah,
I would imagine they
missing?
would.
Like, do you think that's something that's missing? I'm asking your opinion.
Not really, because to be honest, I've had some of my best matches just playing with randoms. No offense. I mean,
how dare you? How dare you?
I don't mean like most fun. I mean my most successful in terms of.
I understand. I get it.
So I don't know that I wouldn't say that it needs the solo mode. They might just add it. They may do like an arcade thing, like Overwatch does. They rotate stuff in and out, different play modes. I don't know. I like it. I was really pleasantly surprised how much I liked it.
And don't forget, if you have EA access, you get some free Doodads and
you get 1,000 coins.
And 1,000 coins. And if you have PlayStation Plus, there's some downloads you get with the game if you get it on your PS4. So.
Shipwreck, you're not good at shooting people?
I'm fine at shooting people.
He's better than I am.
So why not? Wombat's actually, I was surprised. He's getting kills.
Good.
I don't know what to tell you.
I just don't, I don't know. I don't find myself sinking any time into these Battle Royale games. I find it uninteresting, I think.
Really? You don't get excited by the possibility of taking it all?
I get it too, because I'm not a huge Battle Royale guy either. I enjoy this. I think it's well made. I think they did a good job with it, and I think it's better than, say, the Call of Duty one. I think this is the superior Battle Royale.
It's more interesting. It's definitely more interesting. If you liked Overwatch, I think this will appeal to you. Maybe like
really selling it hard here.
No,
I think the price is right. Obviously, at $3 and free cents.
Can you call this game Al?
Yes,
because I've been singing that song in my head for like the entire time you guys have been talking about this.
Nice.
But I was able to play with Ty We had a good time. Since we
Good.
had 2 Xboxes, yeah.
How,
I thought it was pretty interesting.
How does it compare to that Gravity game that I played? What was that called?
The Gravity game?
The Cliffy B game, or wasn't it? Cliffy
Oh, right. It's a lot better than that. It's way better than what was that called?
It's right.
Shit. Gun something? Gun Smash?
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreaker. I had to think of what the team names were.
It's not Gun Smash?
No.
I was going with Gunbusters, but yeah, I guess it's wrong.
No, I don't know. Like the character design is more interesting.
See, I see these characters, and maybe I need to see them in motion or something.
They have personality, in
and they don't have personality.
They do.
Just look so unappealing to me.
The characters are not great looking. I'm not a huge fan of any of the characters. None of them are making me want to go back and play the game because of the characters. I think it's a well-crafted game. I think they did a quality job, and I hope they expand on it in a way where, you know, the last Titanfall 2 was such a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd hate to see that franchise die.
Well,
and if this
nobody
is
bought
what
it,
keeps
though.
the franchise from dying,
Right.
I'm on board with that.
I'll play it. I'll give it a shot. I don't want to be like I'm negative on it. It's just it doesn't really make me want to go play it.
No, I think that they're going to use this, and the success of this, my guess would be, use it like a platform, and there'll probably be modes similar to Fortnite, where they'll be charging for other things. So we'll see.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the way they launched the game?
I think that was the best way to launch the game. Just like here's this thing and it's out. I love that. You know me, a game doesn't exist until you can hold it in your hands. And they said, here's this game and you can hold it in your hands.
Did you read the explanation about why they chose to do it that way?
Because it's smart? No, I didn't.
No, there was a very specific reason why. And I thought like the guy was really honest, I think. I don't think it was a bullshit reason, because I don't think you would say this type of thing if it wasn't true. He said that they were worried that if let's say they announced this thing like 6 months ago, that this 6 months would be spent by the community talking about the loot boxes and how just the general monetization of the game instead of the game itself. And by not announcing it, you're basically just presented with the game. And the game is either very, good enough to get your attention, or it's not. And if it's good enough to get your attention, you don't care about the loot boxes. That doesn't become something that's really interesting. So I thought that made a lot of sense. And I don't think you would lie about something like that, because that sounds like, something that was really thought about. And I think they were right too. I think that's exactly what would have happened. People would be talking about the loot boxes.
Although it is free to play, so it makes it a little easier to swallow, but yes.
Well, I think that makes it easier to stealth launch as well.
That's true too.
Yeah, I think it seemed to have a successful launch.
Also, that it's made by a known developer.
Yep.
That makes it easy too. You can't stealth launch a game when you don't have a fan base that's going to kind of do a lot of the marketing and advertising for you.
Right. Well, they hired, and I'm not exactly sure how this worked, but they had a bunch of streamers come check out the game before they officially announced it. And that's how it sort of leaked out ahead of time. But, not only like a day or two ahead of time. And some of the streamers seem to be sponsored. They're using the ad.
Oh, I'm sure that they all were paid.
I don't know if all of them, well, I don't know.
Are there streamers that say that they don't take money to go play games?
No, but some of the tweets didn't seem to have ad in them, and so it seems like some of the streamers put out additional content and said in that content that this was paid content. So I don't know. That part's not really important.
Well, the content, I'm pretty sure they were paid to go to the event.
Yeah, but the specifics aren't.
Yeah,
the specifics of that don't really matter. I think the interesting part is it's a new way to launch a game, and in this case, it seemed to be successful. at least short term. I think it'll also be interesting to see what happens with Anthem, because Anthem is coming out this month on various days, depending on various factors.
They kind of went two different ways with these games, didn't they? On how to market them.
Exactly.
And yet, it's the same company that's putting these out.
And you know the Respawn when the Anthem chart came out, the Respawn guys were going, "Oh my God, thank God we decided to do it this way, because do we need this nonsense? Do we need this pain in our lives?"
Did you see how they were completely wrecked by Cheapy D's tweet? That's what they were saying. They were like, "Did you see this tweet from Cheapy D? They're ruined." Cheapy D tweeted about it.
I started to feel bad about that eventually, because then I'm like, now I know that like the developers saw it and like it's none of that, like, it's not their doing. And yeah, I made like some stupid chart meme and it got like 8,500 likes or some shit like that, which is like so stupid. And then the worst part is you get like people arguing about it in your mentions, and you're in on this conversation that's just fucking meaningless. The whole thing is sort of meaningless, but I don't know. I felt like it wasn't worth it really after all was said and done. But yeah, it is interesting how they're two exactly opposite launches, and I think customers probably prefer the Apex launch. Less angst involved for everybody.
I just think it's because they're for as different as the games are, there are still similarities. They are both online games. They are both, they both require more people to play with.
Look, I think there's no question. I mean, well, Ship, what do you think? Do you think they'll steal sales from Anthem? Is Anthem going to be hurt by Apex Legends?
To an extent, I would say that's true. I think they're still very different games to me. Like, I have more interest in Anthem than I do in Apex Legends.
Right. I mean, Apex Legends is a game, if you have like a half an hour to kill, you can jump on. You don't have to do any studying before you play the game to see like what's happening this week in the game and where, what specific tasks you need to perform. They fill a different type of gaming void.
Anthem, you need to make a play date with some friends.
Yeah, and check the charts.
Block out 4 hours.
Yeah. So, but for me, like, I feel like this game, like, I might have bought into Anthem, but this is pretty new and fresh, and I already have it. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think that. I don't think the Anthem people can be too happy that this launched 2 weeks before they came out. But
right,
there has to have been an email sent like, "How dare you do this?"
Yeah, that is rough.
Like, that has to have been done.
Like, couldn't they have waited another month or a month and a half, depending on the chart?
Probably.
That fucking chart.
Oh,
what else?
I hope they both do very well.
There you go.
EA needs them both to do very well.
I hope a lesson was learned. I'm sure it was not, but I hope a lesson was learned that maybe you don't need to have this ridiculous, staggered release date schedule behind paywalls scheme. It's really kind of shitty. I really like the Jim Sterling video about it that just came out this week. Recommend that.